Hello, I'm going to do a build video. I'm not going to say this is my favorite build
Dragon Trading
ever,
Company, JBear75, running Harrow Storms for coffers if anyone
but
wants to tag along.
I do like it. It's a summoner build. Um, I'll go over the gear first. There are a couple of options. I like Unfathomable Darkness because it summons a pet and it's easy. So when you deal damage, done. Summons achieved. The other set I'm wearing is Aegis Collar, and it comes from the Unhallowed Grave dungeon, either normal or veteran. And when you deal critical damage with a martial melee attack, um, you get a summons. And you can do that with this Stampede. It's a melee attack because it is part of the two-handed weapons. So it counts as a melee attack because it's part of
Project
the
Bluebeam, Zone, NLC Null
two-handed
Run in GF.
weapons
I know it's
skill
normal, but please know
line.
what you're doing, and this will be quick and painless LOL.
So both of those summon something. And Maw of the Infernal, when you deal
Rainbow
damage with a
Master, Zone,
light or
Spinner WB
heavy
going down.
attack, you have a chance to summon a fire-breathing Jamora? Dithora? I don't know. It looks like a alligator dragon. And then I'm wearing a heavy trainee, and everything is either infused for extra stats or divines for critical strike. And then I'm wearing Death Dealer's Fae. It's like Death Dealer's Party. I don't know, that's a French word. So I get more stats. Uh, so everything is bloodthirsty and weapon spell damage with magic recovery. And Unfathomable Darkness or Aegis, it doesn't matter. Unfathomable Darkness you can get from Clockwork City, wherever that is. So it's a world item drop here. Death Dealer's Fay, you have to dig it up. Trainee is in the starting areas, or you can go buy one. I'm a high elf. Everything is in Magicka. I currently have a critical strike buff from Understone, and I'm wearing Tri-Stat Food. So even though it says 0, that is not the case. Uh, Skills. The backup bar, I'm using the Feral Guardian because it deals more damage. It does bleed, and bleed can make hemorrhage, and hemorrhage is another dot. But its overall damage, regardless, is higher. So, Stampede, it's the only, I guess not the only, but I only have 3 skills that don't. Technically, this summons from your gear, so I guess depending how loosey goosey you want to go with it. So, that summons from your back bar. Uh, I have Regenerative Ward to shield all my pets, and it shields the Blast Bones, it shields the Bear, and the Unstable Clan Fear, and the Monarch. I have a Skeletal Archer to get weapon and spell damage. You can use the other one if you want more AoE, but the things you really want to kill are always sequel target. Um, Trash is AoE, but single target damage. I mean, if you only have single target damage, you're going to struggle and get swarmed. But The clan fear, I like it because if you're solo or doing random dungeons, you never know if you're gonna have a faker tanker or a faker healer. So this can actually tank for you. I I just I will shield it, but I rarely will heal it because it's like 4,000 to heal, where a shield is 3,000, and it would shield every myself and everybody else. If it dies, I will just resummon it. And then you have a healer. So technically, you have
Diana
DPS,
BLL, Zone, NOC and GF.
DPS, tank, healer, who also deals a little DPS. Can heal itself and two friendly targets. Um, really good. Next, you have a bug summon, Deep Fissure. So technically, it's a summon. I guess it's an animal, a pet, but it does major and minor breach, which reduces the armor. And yeah, Blighted Blast Bones. It does major defile, but it also gives them a 4-second debuff of the disease status effect, which equals minor defile. Mystic Siphon, this is your front bar. So you always get 3 extra damage. So do your bear ultimate here. This is big burst damage. This is burst damage. I guess the bear technically is kind of burst damage because it can hit for 10,000 sometimes. Um, your stats will be higher with a skeleton, but I'm not going to pull it out because I am in town. Also, this gives you a little bit more recovery. Um, so 150, but then that's also multiplied by 20%. Um, Clan Fear, once again, tank, healer. So you have three pets that are constant out. You have a tank, a healer, and DPS. So you're your own army. You can debuff armor and healing, get some resources back, and this also buffs your critical strike, so it's your major. Gravelord passives makes your blast bones and your archer cheaper. It gives you all your abilities become kind of an execute because it increases your critical strike chance. This increases your penetration. The penetration on this build, when everything is added up, is a little over 15,000. Uh, and then you get extra damage with damage over time effects. I don't think we have any. I know this is a dot. Uh, Bleed damage is a dot. I think that's about. Well, this has a dot too. So 3 dots. And Twilight might be. I don't know. Twilight does some weird things. Daedric Summoning. Uh, it's usually for your shield. So if one of these dies or your shield goes off, you get a rebate after it expires. Also, this goes after your maximum health and gives your entire group major and minor intellect, endurance and intellect. Sorry, I mean minor intellect, minor endurance. Sorry. Power Stone. It makes your bear ultimate cheaper. So instead of 75, it is 64. So you can spam it a little bit faster. Flat damage reduction because there is 0 armor on this build. And then increases all your stats, uh, your bars, your health bar, magic bar, stamina bar by 5%. I'm only running 2 on the front bar, and the bear is always active. So I get some healing, mm, mostly for this, and you always want to have it up. Uh, it, it always needs to be up. When you cast it, you generate ultimate, so you can do your bear attack more. Increases your magic and stamina recovery 20%. Increases critical Damage done by each ability, so 10% on the front bar, 5% on the back, and all the passives. Destruction staff, you don't need them all. You need try, status, and destruction staff, which increases direct damage, which most of your stuff is direct damage. You have a few dots, but 12%. Light armor, all the passives. Medium armor, all the passives. Heavy armor, I recommend continuous attack. I am a high elf. Alchemy, I should have turned it up, but I did not. You just need medicinal use and provisioning, gourmet, connoisseur. You don't need that, but I recommend it. Uh, Champion points. The only one you really need is Steed's Blessing, but I will recommend you skip the treasure chest nonsense to save points. Steadfast Enchantment, Rationeer, Liquid Efficiency, um, Plentiful Harvest is great. Uh, Fast Mats, and you can do a little bit of thievery things. I don't know if these are the best, but it's what I'm running. More critical damage, direct damage increased, overall all damage increased, and more magic. These are some I recommend. Speed, shielding. If you get stunned or feared, you get major protection. Slippery is good in PvP and PvE. More armor, more health. I guess we can go do a world boss so you can see it in action. Or a dungeon. Let's see if we can get a dungeon. Go pick up a Westworld world boss. So
I have more. We return to me.
we might get a dungeon, we might not. I'm not gonna say this is my favorite build, but it's the build I don't worry about. If I'm in a dungeon, we don't have a tank,
There
it's
you are.
fine.
I have been
I can
expecting.
do the major and minor armor buffs. We don't have a tank or a healer, also fine.
Ah, there you are. I have been expecting you.
So this is gonna be a really big test. Oh, we got a dungeon. That's good. This is a super easy dungeon. I will be surprised if we have a tank. So, or a healer. I will be surprised. Usually everybody is DPS because lazy, selfish people. So those are my crows. They'll disappear with feathers. Uh, the little blue thing with the one is I'm just gonna shield. They gathered on me, so I'm gonna summon my spinning thing. Oh, do we have a tank? Oh, somebody use some chains. I will be surprised.
Can't believe someone just left this here.
Group Pegio 2HS.
Purchase some blast bones.
Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way.
The plight of the random dungeon. So you can see my little crows doing the murdery thing. And then just switch back to this bar and buff your team up. See kind of where you want to summon your guy, probably right here. Debuff, summon, blast bone. Even hit him with the barrel, blast bone. Easy peasy. So if you wanted a pure summoner build, this is about as close as you can get it. I'm sure you could get even closer, but I want a damage shield, I want a couple other things. I want my major and minor buffs, which I'm getting through Necromancer. And this is a Necromancer start. You could be Necromancer, Warden, or Sork to start. Like, it doesn't matter. We'll see if they're jumping off the bridge. Don't know. Some of my crows.
Dragon Trading Company, JBear75, running Harrow Storms for coppers if anyone wants to tag along.
Who's next?
I think I can even heal these Ravengers up. And I'm gonna run so the Ravagers don't die. If I blow up this wall first, they won't be killed by it. Yeah, they're still alive. Alright. There's my little spinny guy. And that's it. I guess I can try to kill it with the bear. Leave any comments if you want to know anything else about the video.
This is it. We found the shrine.
Go over the armor again. So I'm wearing medium, because I think both sets are medium. Medium, all Aegis collar. Aegis collar again. Right. No, I don't think so. One has to be Unfathomable Darkness, yeah. So, but it's medium too, but whatever. Light shoulders, so I get the Undaunted passive. Heavy chest, so I get a little bit more armor. And you could do the one where it gives more armor for this piece, or whatever you want. Uh, a heavy head, so a
Scrub
little
Team
bit
6,
more
raise and
health,
hail. Anyone
a little
grouping for
bit
box
more
four?
armor. Aegis axe
Dragon Trading Company,
and
Mythic, LF Werewolf Bite to finally
unfathomable
give it a go.
staff, and you do that so each set will have while you're on the bar. So now I have 5, and I can proc that on this side. I'll have 5, and I can proc that, and I get to wear a monster set and a piece of training and a mythic. So I get 2 proc sets. Um, I get a monster set. I get a extra heavy chest piece. I get some extra health. Um, and Undaunted. So synergies, yay, but 6% all bonus, and then as a Sorc, you get another 5. So you get 11% bonus to all your stats with Undaunted. So pretty nice. Um, let's see, social guilds. No, guilds. See if I can make it. And then I can show you how high my health and magic can go up. And I'm sure there's a lot of mythics you could run instead. There's the one that gives you more penetration, but it takes your light and heavy attacks down to 1%. Alright, so now my health and magicka should go up.
Dragon Trading Company, Vampire Dragon 82, next for Storm Run.
Oh, I guess that little cow was my crows. I'm not trying to deal damage, but that's the little spinny guy. Oh, enchantments. I do recommend having weapon and spell damage buffed and then infused. So when you do your ground slam, you can get off the back bar and it'll still proc. And everything I have is tri-stat. Okay, so I have max stat. Make sure I'm in combat for a little bit. So 35 magicka, 33 health, and 23 whatever that is. And I guess we could try recovery. So buffed up 900 stam, 800 magic, 400 health. Crit is at 37 for that bar, but it will go up because I have crit on my front bar. So 45 on the front bar, and at low health you'll get another 20. So 65 critical, 5,000 weapon and spell. My armor is trash. But I do get 5%, whatever. Thief, tri-stat food, escalating party, which is weird, but I think that's it. Everybody have a great day. I don't think I forgot anything. For the front bar, I would go precise. I just left whatever was on there. Restore Magicka. Meh. You could go the one with the Hakajo that gives you magic stem health. That's what I was thinking. So it does the same amount of magical damage, but it gives you all three resources back. I do use some stamina, but I can get it back with a heavy attack. Um, and I think mostly if you were worried, you're gonna spam this and that, this, that. So I think really you're gonna want more magicka back, but having stamina and the other resource isn't terrible. I haven't tried it in PvP, um, but I would reckon that since you have crows which attack in an AoE, your other summon attacks whenever you do your slam, that you'd kind of want to camp, and then you have this which is another AoE area of effect. I feel like you would want to kind of camp around your summon, uh, and then keep your blast, keep all your abilities up, which isn't going to tax your resources. And I feel like that's the play. That is the play. You could also spam your ulti when it's up. Also, I'm not really sure if this can proc at the back bar. Like, if I switch here. Yeah. I don't think the ground AoE could actually summon that. I think it's gotta be a crit from your weapon or somewhere else. But those are some of the damage numbers. And we can see if we can get a good one from the bear. Oh, I didn't see it. Whatever.
Result, 18,271.8 DPS, 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Target Abram.
I feel like 18k is pretty good, especially when I'm just chatting away and not seriously trying to DPS it. I feel like you have pretty good survivability. Uh, shield, heal, tank, DPS, and it summons things to get crows. It's definitely a burst build. It's burst and pressure, I would say. But yeah, 30,000. And of course, you could be a lot better than me with the rotation. The bear may have been the 27 or 26. Like, I am really bad at rotation. But if you would like a tank, a DPS, and a healer to always be out, this is a really good build. And then you can see they all have shields. Also, you can see it if I can get the blast bones. See, he got a shield, so in PvP, if they try to nuke it, you can shield it. I don't think this is going to be terrible in PvP. I don't think it'll be that good. I mean, we could try it. Let's have a go-zy. Hey, baby, back. I'm doing the summoner video like you told me to.
Result 24,442.2
We'll see if
DPS.
it's
2
any
minutes and
good.
26 seconds. Target auger.
I'll try out my first battlegrounds. See how it goes. Man, just me playing around, it did almost 30,000 DPS. I feel like it's pretty good. It's pretty good, especially since it's a master of nothing and good at everything. Not, yeah, it's good, but not the master of anything. Yes, that is correct. Yep. Major, major and minor defile, major and minor breach, 3 constant attacking pets without you doing anything. You can just stand AFK. A little regen, an archer. So basically, the archer and the skeleton thing is just because you want major crit and whatever the other one is, damage, crit and damage buffs. A shield to live for life reasons. Yeah, I guess it is bursty. It's burst pressure, I would say. Because the skeletons burst, the bear can deal random burst and execute burst, and the ground fissures burst. Uh, Stampede is burst. I don't know. I it did a lot more damage than I thought it would on the. Plus, I was doing the ogre, so it has you get no buffs in George's house from the ogre, and it has higher armor. It's considered like a boss monster. I feel like that's pretty good. Ugh, Fate Eater, gonna get owned. I'll be presently surprised if I can solo Fate Eater. What are you doing, DeBavers? Power. I feel like there were good, people would do what I would do if I was fighting this build and get in close and try to burst me down. Spam, 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 spam. Jab, jab, jabs, jab, jab, jabs, jab, jab, jabs.
Bottle is owned. Need a trader? Check us out. Guild, Elmaris Trading, in Mournhold, Guild, Elmaris Merchant, in Eldenwood/Mournhold.
That is awesome. I have a name. All right, moment of truth. I get a match. I'm in the match. Oh, it's Chaos Ball. Yodos.
Is there a match?
We will see. We will see. I'm probably even more squishy. Yeah. 12 and 13. So squishy. Probably just get touched. This nigga's got 43k health.
Hit demons Tyro Grade 2 Wisp. Defeated Fire Drake's Tyro Grade 2 Rise Elbow.
Ooh.
Hit demons Sergeant Grade 1 2 Scaster. Defeated Fire Drake's Lieutenant Grade 2 Lindsay Brett Matthews.
Ooh.
Hit demons Tribune Grade 2 Science Villain. Defeated Fire Drake's August Palatine Grade 2 Ophelania. Hit demons Veteran Grade 1 Can't Get Right. Defeated Fire Drake's Lieutenant Grade 2 Lindsay Brett Matthews. Hit demons Tribune Grade 2 Science Villain. Defeated Fire Drake's Tyro Grade 2 Rise Elbow. Fire Drake's Corporal Grade 1 Jim the Dragon Knight. Defeated Fire Drake's Brigadier Grade 2 X Amber X. Hit demons Tribune Grade 2 Science Villain. Defeated Fire Drake's Tyro Grade 1 Dark Puppeteer. Hit demons Tyro Grade 2 Wisp. Defeated Fire Drake's Lieutenant Grade 2 Lindsay Brett Matthews. Fire Drake Sergeant Grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee. Defeated Hit demons Tribune Grade 2 Science Villain. Fire Drake's Brigadier Grade 2 X Amber X. Defeated Hit demons Sergeant Grade 1 2 Sagacer. Fire Drake's Tyro Grade 1 Dark Puppeteer. Defeated Hit demons Legionary Grade 2 Quartzwell Heavy Needle. Fire Drake Sergeant Grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee. Defeated Hit demons Tyro Grade 2 Wisp. Hit demons Tribune Grade 2 Science Villain. Defeated Fire Drake's Centurion Grade 2 Tigor Tozen. Fire Drake Sergeant Grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee. Defeated Hit demons Tyro Grade 2 Wisp. Hit demons Captain Grade 1 Dread Knight. Defeated Fire Drake's Tyro Grade 1 Dark Puppeteer. Fire Drake's August Palatine Grade 2 Ophelania. Defeated Hit demons Sergeant Grade 1 2 Seagacer. Hit demons Tribune Grade 2 Science Villain. Defeated Fire Drake's Lieutenant Grade 2 Lindsay Brett Matthews. Hit demons Lieutenant Grade 2 Intervals. Defeated Fire Drake's Tyro Grade 2 Raz Elbow. grade 2 Razal Ghul defeated Pit Demons Lieutenant grade 2 Winterbox. Fire Drake's August Palatine grade 2 Ophthalamian defeated Pit Demons Sergeant grade 1 Tuzigasser. Fire Drake's August Palatine grade 2 Ophthalamian defeated Pit Demons Captain grade 1 Dread Knight. Fire Drake Sergeant grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee defeated Pit Demons Lieutenant grade 2 Winterbox. Fire Drake Centurion grade 2 Tygora Tosin defeated Pit Demons Tribune grade 2 Science Nilla. Fire Drake's Corporal grade 1 Gem the Dragon Knight defeated Pit Demons Sergeant grade 1 Tuzigasser. Fire Drake Sergeant grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee defeated Pit Demons Veteran grade 1 Can't Get Right. Pit Demons Lieutenant grade 2 Winterbox defeated Fire Drake's Tyro grade 1 Dark Puppeteer.
Fire burst.
Pit Demons Lieutenant grade 2 Winterbox defeated Fire Drake's Corporal grade 1 Gem the Dragon Knight. Pit Demons Legionary grade 2 Fartswell the Bean Eater defeated Fire Drake's Tyro grade 2 Razal Ghul. Pit Demons Tribune grade 2 Science
Oh, I got
defeated Fire
pyro
Drake's Lieutenant grade 2
bursted.
Lindsay Brooke Matthews. Pit Demons Tribune grade 2 Science Nilla defeated Fire Drake Sergeant grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee. Fire Drake Sergeant grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee defeated Pit Demons Captain grade 1 Dread Knight. Pit Demons Lieutenant grade 2 Winterbox defeated Fire Drake's Brigadier grade 2 Xammer X. Fire Drake Sergeant grade 2 Fancy Stash McGee defeated Pit Demons Lieutenant grade 2 Winterbox. Pit Demons Tribune grade 2 Science Millen defeated Fire Drake's Lieutenant grade 2 Lindsay Brooke Matthews. Fire Drake Centurion grade 2 Tygora Tosin defeated Pit Demons Sergeant grade 1 Tuzigasser. Pit Demons Sergeant grade 1 Tuzigasser defeated Fire Drake's Tyro grade 2 Razal Ghul.
What, anybody?
Fire Drake's August Palatine grade 2 Ophthalamian defeated Pit Demons Captain grade 1 Dread Knight. Dragon Trading Company, Cobalt Reaper, LF Box Group. Pit Demons Lieutenant grade 2 Winterbox defeated Fire Drake's Tyro grade 2 Razal Ghul.
No,
Dragon Trading Company, J Bear 75, running Paris ones for coppers.
I don't understand those. I
Fire
don't
Drake's Brigadier
understand that
grade 2
either.
X defeated Pit Demons Veteran grade 1 Can't Get Right.
I don't understand that either.
Defeated Pit Demons Tribune grade 2 Science Millen. Pit Demons Captain grade 1 Dread Knight defeated Fire Drake's Lieutenant grade 2
I mean, that's what I'm shooting for. So 350, 4, 358, 4. I'm gonna switch back over. I'll be right back. So if you look at the top, my damage is 350. I think this guy might have done the most. Me and him ignoring everything. There's 390. So I'm now in third, fourth, fifth, 58. What did I do? Sixth? Yeah. Seventh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 8 and 8, so it should be 16. So I'm in the top half. Uh, Not a PvP set. It could be, I guess. I'm sure you could hit your buttons a lot better than me and do a lot more damage.
Dragon Trading Company, Cobalt Reaper, Skyrim or Reach.
I was
Your group is no
playing
longer a large group.
terrible and talking to my
Dragon Trading Company, JBear75,
my
Reach.
girl. So
Dragon Trading Company,
if I was my
JBear75,
friend,
Easy
she
Loot.
would murder me.
Dragon Trading Company,
But
Cobalt
yeah,
Reaper, shoot, don't have Reach. Dragon Trading Company, Cobalt Reaper, thank you though.
sorry it was such a long
Dragon Trading
video.
Company, JBear75, crap, uneasy face.
I'll just go over
Scrub Team
everything
6, no one with
again.
BTTV, Adventurer. Honeywood needs your help. Rifts have appeared near my garlic farm in Craglorn. Please come open them and kill the bosses that appear. They drop event boxes. You average 1 box per minute, Adventurer. Please come join us and protect Honeywood. Press X. Scrub Team 6, Raise Inhale,
I
X.
have Absorb Magic, but I feel like you
Scrub
could
Team
put
6, Boondock Hero, LOL Honeywood. Love those guys.
poison or something else
Scrub Team 6,
there.
Boondock Hero, X.
Precise.
Scrub Team 6,
So,
you are too loud, X.
I
Scrub Team
have the
6,
crows
Bull_Dev_1,
on that
X.
bar. And the Aegis collar on the back bar with infused. I do think you have to have infused and weapon damage enchant. Monster set is heavy. You could always go medium and get your heavy right here.
Scrub Team 6,
And
6
get your
Rage,
light
X.
right there. So a little bit more damage. So weapon and spell damage and critical is what medium gives. So you could do a little bit better. Monster set, heavy. Everything is multi, and I have infused. I have infused here with the multi, and it is a heavy chest of the trainee to get the one bonus, so it gets some more health. Light with divines to increase my critical strike because I'm running the thief. Waste, divines, multi champ. It's Aegis. I think both sets are medium, so you just need one of the darkness. Or you could, either or, you could run all darkness and then one Aegis collar, because I think I'm pretty sure they're both medium. So it doesn't matter which set you run on your body, they're both medium. Divines, multi, divines infused, so I get a little bit more stats. Divines multi, and weapon spell, magic recovery, bloodthirsty, weapon spell, magic recovery, thirsty, weapon spell, magic recovery, thirsty. Sorry it was a long video. You stayed to the end. Oh my god. Bless you.